Have you ever had an experience that was so intense and unexplainable that you just couldn't get it out of your mind? I need to share a story with you guys. Friday was my son's 10th birthday. Since he passed away, he would have been 11. We usually go out every year just to honor him, his birthday, remember him, share memories. And so we brought cupcakes. And so we were just sitting around him, eating our cupcakes, talking about how much Jack loved cake. So out of the corner of my eye, I see these two women walking down the row next to us. And they settle down probably 20 feet away, and they're grieving their family member. The entire section that Jack is buried in is all children under the age of 18 who passed. And so I knew that they were there to mourn a child. So after about 5 minutes or so, the older woman of the two she stood up and she turned in our direction and she called over, "Are you Mom?" And I stood up too and I yelled back, "Yeah, I'm Mom. Are you Mom?" And we didn't say anything else. We just started walking towards each other, and I opened my arms and we hugged for a good minute or two. We didn't have to say anything. We were just holding each other and hugging. It's kind of the type of hug that only moms like us can give each other. So finally we pull away and she's just got tears all over her face and she's talking in a rush and she's like, "I'm so sorry." So I kind of like helped calm her down and I was like, "Tell me again what you just said." She said, "I just got here from Georgia. I've been driving all night with my daughter here because I was overwhelmed by the need to come see my baby." And so then she said, "My mother just died last month on the same day that my daughter died 17 years ago." And in all the talking, she said the date a few times that her mother and her daughter died, and I thought I misheard her. Or maybe I heard her, but it was coming out so fast that my brain wasn't putting together what she was saying. And so I stopped her and I said, "Wait a minute, what day did you say your daughter died and your mother died?" And she said, "August 2nd. My daughter drowned 17 years ago on August 2nd. And last month, my mother passed away unexpectedly on the same day." And I didn't even know what to say. I walked her over to where my kids were all sitting around Jack, and I pointed to his gravestone and I said, "Jack died on August 2nd, and he drowned too." And we both lost it. We just started hugging again. We stood in this cemetery in between these rows of other parents' heartbreaks, and we held each other and we talked about our kids who were no longer with us. And she told me her daughter's name and about who she was, and I told her about Jack and who he was. And neither of us could just believe the insane timing of it, because we were only there for maybe 15 minutes total, and the odds of her driving thousands of miles because she was overwhelmed by the need to visit, and then arriving in that exact moment when my kids and I were there, and us having children who passed the same way, the same day, although 8 years apart. I just can't stop thinking about it and how powerful that moment was, I think, for both of us. Later that night when we were texting, we both kind of agreed that our kids did this. Our kids wanted us to meet. And as I was walking back to my car with my kids, I turned to my oldest and I said, "I wonder why I needed to meet her." Because I do think that people come into our life like that for a reason. And sometimes it's a lesson, sometimes it's to help us in some way. And so I'm just really curious to know why our kids wanted us to meet. I can't stop thinking about it, and I just wanted to share that with everyone. But I'm really grateful that it happened, even if I don't know why it happened yet. Happy birthday, Jack.